here. Okay, what are we doing? Well, let me start explaining something. For myself, the game of chess is constantly evolving in a way that's what causes me to improve, because I'm constantly thinking of new things or things that no one has ever thought of before. You know, with like different things, brute force technique, fantasy technique. The newest one I created was the what if all pieces are gone technique, which I have used literally for over 40 years, but never named. But it has a name now. What if all the pieces are gone technique. You know, exchanged off evenly. So here, what are we doing? This is an end game with bishops and pawns, same color bishop, and we are one pawn up. So as my father would say, you got to know how to win the game, meaning you got to know how to win this position or this type of position. And now the word know is very fluid in this rule. It's not it doesn't mean know as in memorize. In my experience, very little of chess success comes from memorization. It comes from understanding of concepts and piece relationships. So whenever I say know something, I don't mean memorize. I'll say memorize if I need it. Okay, there are some things you have to memorize, but it's very small actually. You would think a game the way that chess is and demonstrated visually, there'd be a lot of memorization, and it actually is not. You know, for the really good players, you don't have to memorize. Memorization is just a bonus for myself, okay? And I have a super memory. But memorization doesn't win you games. Understanding wins you games. Now, the thing is, what's he trying to do to me? Well, actually, it's not what he's trying to do to me. It's what am I trying to do to him? And that is, I need to queen this pawn. You have 3 versus 3 and 1 versus 1, and then a passed pawn. So we need to press this guy. When we do this, bishop takes free pawn. So, and I'm just using my dad's rule, taken to its logical conclusion. I want to press this. What am I trying to do to him? Press c3. Well, I need to do this to push c3, and he can't take it. In fact, he's got real problems because he can't even go to d2 and defend. He cannot go bishop d2. Well, he could. If I go bishop to e5, he can go bishop to d2. And then there's I could play c3, all right? There's something else that's better than that I'm going to show it to you. I have figured this out already. But this is not you can try to figure this out. Unless you're a highly rated and up-and-coming player, 1700 probably or above, you probably aren't going to get this. Now, probably means you might be one of the lucky ones. Everyone, say a 1700 player, they don't all know the same things. They all know stuff in the same range, though. So you'd have the ability, a 1700 would have the ability to figure this out if you give him time. And he has the incentive to do so. So I'm ballparking this based upon my own climb up the ratings ladder. So the move that's winning for black is bishop to e5 with the idea of pushing c3. Now he's going to try and stop this. Bishop to e5, the best stop for that would be bishop to d2. Because if I push to here on c3, he will play bishop to c1. I go bishop e5, he goes bishop here. c3, he's going to play this. Okay? This is what I call the brute force technique. We're making the most blatant aggressive moves. Bishop e5, aggressively trying to queen the pawn. He defends bishop d2. And the aggressive move is c3. Where's he going? Well, the answer is bishop to c1 or bishop to f4. He's going to stay on this diagonal to stop this pawn. I have a move for that. You may not see this move. That's okay. This is an endgame skill based upon understanding and other experience, okay? That's the thing. You might be skilled, but you may be missing the experience factor. So try to pause and try to figure this out for yourself. That's fine. You don't have to. I would say it's quasi-difficult. So you need to see it first, and then you'll be forearmed for future battles. So 3, 2, 1. Here's the winning sequence. Oh, he plays a different move. Now, here's what I thought he was going to play. Bishop to d2, and then the crusher here is not c3, but it's bishop to b2, followed by c3, c2, c1, and he's smoked. He didn't play this. He played this move. What in the holy heck is this doing? c3, king here, c2. I mean, there's another move that I saw about, in this idea for this as well. Again, try to pause the video, figure this out for yourself, and I'll be back with the answer in 3, 2, 1. This is, I guess, an alternate solution for white that doesn't work, but you got to know something. And you got to know this. Outstanding. The point of the brilliancy move is that this is a classic bishop decoy. If he takes the bishop, you're queen. He can go take the pawn or not take the pawn, king c1, but in both cases, fatality. And I saw this idea as well. It's actually a little more spectacular than my bishop to b2 idea here. Oh yes, I played bishop e5. When he played this, if he played bishop d2, bishop b2, and there's nothing he could do, I'll queen this. He'll sacrifice bishop for pawn, just like he did. You got to look out for these sacrificial shots in both rook and bishop endgames, okay? The bishop one is obviously on a diagonal. The rook is one on either the horizontal or the vertical. So it's really terrific endgame. Oh, brother. Pause the video. See if you can solve this. This is one where I have the experience already. That's why I got this in under 3 seconds. You can check. I looked at my clock. So pause the video. See if you can solve it. And I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. Once you see this, if you didn't get it, you'll never unsee it. And this thing, the original idea came from an actual tournament game. Outstanding. Oh, what are we doing here? Well, that's pretty basic stuff, right? What are we? We are down a rook. We're down a rook. So we're not taking this bishop. We're going to checkmate this king. These two rooks are completely window dressing. They do nothing. That's a free bishop. Now we're down in exchange. There's another free piece. And he resignates because after knight takes, rook takes is a ladder checkmate. Here we go. What do we have? Okay, I see the whole thing. Pause the video, see if you can solve this. It was not an easy problem. Okay? You got to be very, very careful with what you do, even though you're clearly, have the advantage. It looks like you're winning. Okay? Just on the surface, it looks like white is winning, and you have a clear advantage. Obviously, it's white to play and win. So, pause the video, see if you can solve this. I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. If you don't get the right move, don't worry. When I show it to you, you're going to get better at chess by 1 chess grain. Now, the basic idea, it's pretty obvious. He's got a very weak square on f7. And we can play knight to e5, threatening to checkmate him. Problem is, What are you going to do, Bobby Fischer? The answer is Bobby Fischer is going to play queen to e8. What a jerk. So we've got to do differently. This doesn't work. This looks very good. It works against every move except queen e8. Problem is, as my dad says, assume your opponent plays the best move. So if I play knight e5, double question mark, queen e8, and black is winning. Or he's at least even. Okay? But we can do the same idea with queen checkmate threat on f7 with knight to g5. And the point is, we're attacking more than just f7. We're also attacking e6, which is a nasty check, followed by a queen takes g7 checkmate. Okay, he played the move that I told you he would play. I hope you got this. If not, you see now why, and the thought process is what you needed to understand. It's not the moves, it's the thought process, and this is the key. All the guys you see, they're always concentrating on the move, the move, the move. It's not the move. And I just realized that they're misdirecting you. I don't think they're intentionally misdirecting you. I think they're unaware of the misdirection. It's the thought process is what generates the master players, not the move. Because you found a move that wins, okay, great. What are you going to do with something else? If you don't know how to use the process of finding it, you're going to fail. Just that simple. It is time for advanced time pressure training, and allow myself to introduce myself. If you know the line, you know the line. If you don't know the line, leave a question in the comments and I'll tell it to you. Or if you do know the line, tell these other people what the line is. It removes some of the fun if I do it for you, but if another guy watches this and says, ooh, I know this, or you're like Captain America, I got that reference. If you get the reference, you're like Captain America in the Avengers, the one about the flying monkeys. Anyway, it's time to kick butt. Can you puzzle rush with me? Well, let's find out. That's 2 versus 1. That is a back rank checkmate, sir. Whoops, checkmate. Whoops, check, and mate. Whoops, check, and that's a mate. That's another one. Fence bishop is killing. He resigns. This is check. Yes, restrict the king. Finish him on h7. Checkmate. Know your checkmates is what my dad would say. Whoops, checkmate. This is... very bizarre. Discovered attack on the queen. How about check? How about bishop to g4 looks quite promising. Bishop to g4. That double bishop trap. The queen. Oh, geez. Goodbye. Whoops. That's not unblockable yet. This is almost a smothered mate. We want to do... I want to play... Well, I can just play bishop to b5 check. But he can play... Yeah. This is good enough. I could take it, but when I take it, just queen it. Just convene it. Okay, what about this? Unblockable diagonal. Oh, nasty. Check, king e7, queen takes knight check. And that's nasty. That's just nasty. Queen to f7 check. I'm sorry, queen to b3. I'm sorry, queen to g6 check. Ugh, I had it backwards. So like, rook takes, king takes. Your knight can never catch the rook pawn. This is one of the rules. Knights have trouble with rook pawns. You got to calculate it every time, but there's the fence bishop. Goodbye. Whoops. Queen Oh, queen f6 check does not work. Yeah, that works. That's checkmate. Queen d5, unblockable diagonal. Whoops, checkmate. Isn't that a checkmate? It is. Let's see. How about we could play rook takes bishop, rook takes queen, rook takes rook check, king moves, pawn takes. That's 3 pieces for a queen. Sold. 2 rooks and a bishop for a queen. Sold all day. Now, let's get that queen to get let loose with that knight. How does it feel, baby? It's Pac-Man, my brother. How about we don't have anything special? Danger. Winning. How about fence bishop? It's fence bishop that killed. We have rook takes knight. I don't know if that's the right move. Bishop takes, oh, checkmate. Yeah, I know that checkmate. All right, you just got to know it. Knight takes knight. Knight takes bishop. Bishop takes bishop. Queen takes knight. That's desperado. Bishop takes queen. Bishop takes bishop. No, I'm sorry. Bishop takes queen. Pawn takes queen. Bishop takes bishop. Desperado again. Whoops. Whoops again. Aren't you getting whoops checkmated? Hang on a second. Queen to here. Doesn't quite. I need this X-ray. I need queen e7, queen d2 check. Is that the move? No, queen corner checkmate. Idiot. Oh man, I was just mentally blocked. Check. Check. Wins a queen because queen to whatever, the H file or the A file, whatever. Unblockable diagonal. Checkmate. Bishop takes, no good. Oh, you stinkerooski. Another perfect 35-0. As usual. Yeah, the answer to this one's clearly, well, actually, that isn't that clear at all. Bishop to A3 is winning. It's unstoppable checkmate. I was thinking queen takes d6, but no, bishop a3, threatening check. If a queen e7, bishop takes pawn, it's game over. So that's the dealio on this guy. Now, maybe I'm feeling slightly off, so that's why I only got 35 with a perfect run, made no mistakes. Cannot argue with that. It's not a great score for me, but anytime you go undefeated, 35-0, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, whatever, those are all great scores. You know, some are greater than others. Now, the problems are a little bit more intricate in this selection. It's always it's a random selection. You never know what you're going to get. You do one, it's going to be different than the one I get. You're not going to get the same ones. This is why it's a great test. It is a completely random test. You cannot anticipate except by working on your game like I do every day. And chess is new every day to me because I'm working on things that challenge me. They're always going to be different. This is how I get good. This is how I've already was good and won tournaments as a result of being a good player. But I'm taking my chess to another level because I'm practicing every day. I'm pumping up my chess brain. So let's go look at this problem. Yeah, this is a 2167 problem. And so this, like I said, I could have played queen checks, but he's got queen to e7, and I don't like that move. I'm losing. I'm an exchange down. You know, I'm a pawn and exchange down. He's got rook and pawn against my bishop. I have a light square bishop. So this is, I want to do this. I'm sorry. Bishop a3 is what I told you. Because this is unstoppable black square weakness on d6. Yeah, well, good luck with that. You know, I didn't anticipate this move. Bishop takes check. King g7. Probably just bishop to e7, right? Bishop to e7 threatens just a crushing queen check. Yep, sure does. Bishop takes queen is what my father would say. He plays rook f takes. Well, I would have thought rook d would take. Whatever, bro. Queen checks. Queen checks hitting f6. So queen checks, king to g8. And I'm just going to checkmate him. Really? f5 is the move? Wow, I would have thought for sure queen e7 check. King forward. I mean, this is already over. I'm a rook up for a queen. He's smoked. I like queen e7 check. King to g8 is forced. Well, you could go king to h8. That's good also. He doesn't have squat. So, hope you enjoyed it. Great scores. Check out the problems again, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.